everyone, welcome to Tea Time with Bev. Alright, so for today I just wanted to come on here and talk to you about clay. I'm going to address 3 different types of clay that you can use for your hair. Now, I've gotten a lot of questions about clays and how it cleans your hair and their benefits and how to wash it out. So I'm just gonna make this video to address all those questions and also just to give you more knowledge about the clay. Now, the clays that I'm gonna talk about in this video is Bentonite clay, Rhassoul clay, and Kaolin clay. I think that's how you pronounce it, but those are the clays that I'm going to address, and I'm going to list it all in the bottom of the screen also, so you know which one I'm talking about. Now, the most popular clay out there is the Bentonite clay. You have probably seen this in one of my videos, and I really love this clay. It's a great hair cleanser. It's also very gentle on your hair. It leaves my hair feeling moisturized and soft when I make my mud wash using this. Now, this brand of Bentonite clay is actually the calcium bentonite. There's a calcium bentonite, and how I use this is I will either use apple cider vinegar or aloe vera gel, and then I'll mix this into it, and then I'll add some essential oils or some jojoba oil to the mixture, apply it to my hair like the way you apply a deep conditioning treatment, and then I'll leave it for 30 minutes to an hour, and then I'll wash it out. So that's how I use this bentonite clay, the calcium bentonite clay. Now, there's another form of bentonite clay out there, and that is the sodium bentonite clay. Now, I mixed this mixture. Of course, it was powder when I got it. I bought the sodium bentonite clay at CamdenGray.com, and it was powder. And what I did was I mixed it with some apple cider vinegar. And the apple cider vinegar acts as an acidic base just to kind of help activate the clay. And then I just mix it very well. I put it in the fridge. So whenever I need it, I'll just go ahead and just take some and apply it to my hair. And I have like this amount left. So that is the sodium bentonite clay. Now, sodium can be drying to the hair. The sodium bentonite clay can be a bit drying, so I would recommend you add some oils to the sodium bentonite clay if you're going to use that one, or you're going to give it a try. Add some oils to it so that it's not as drying. The calcium, however, you can just use the aloe vera gel or the apple cider vinegar and it will not dry out your hair, but the sodium will. However, the thing is that whenever I use it and I add the oils, it does leave my hair feeling very soft and moisturized. Now, some of the benefits for the bentonite clay is that it is a great gentle hair cleanser, and it's also very affordable. Like, I've had this for quite a long time and I'm still using it. Of course, it also depends on your hair thickness and how long your hair is and how often you use it. So it also smooths the hair cuticle, and it leaves my hair feeling very moisturized, like I mentioned previously, and it cleans my hair without stripping it. Because I don't know if you notice, there's some shampoos that you will use for your hair, and then after you've washed the shampoo out, your hair feels very dry, and it just feels like there's no, it feels very just dry and brittle. This bentonite clay does not do that, so that's why I like using this clay. Now, the second type of clay that I want to address is called the Rhassoul clay. Now, this clay is amazing. I don't know if you've heard about it, but I'm just going to go ahead and show you. This is the Rhassoul clay, and I bought this clay on CamdenGray.com, which is where I usually buy a lot of my clays and oils and essential oils. This is a more of a darker color than a bentonite clay. The bentonite clay is more of a grayish color, and this one is more like a light brown. I really enjoy using this clay. I don't use it as often as the bentonite clay because it's a bit more expensive. The bentonite clay is a bit more cheaper, so I use that more often than I use this. I actually bought 3 of these. I bought these 2 years ago, and I'm down to 1.5. I only make this mixture every once in a while. for my hair. And this is just how it looks like. I'm almost finished with this one. And I'm just gonna go ahead and share with you the benefits for the Rhassoul clay. The Rhassoul clay softens the hair, it moisturizes dry, brittle hair, it improves the hair's elasticity, it smooths the hair critical, and it leaves your hair very shiny, which I love. So if your hair is very dull, feeling kind of limp, try the Rhassoul clay and it will bring your hair back to life. I kid you not. I make this mixture the same way I make the Bentonite clay mixture. The only difference is that sometimes in order to make it as a hair wash, I will add more liquid to it. So if I'm using apple cider vinegar as a liquid or aloe vera gel as a liquid, I will just use more of it. But if I want it to be more of like a deep conditioning paste, then I will use little liquid. I won't use as much. So that is a Rhassoul clay. Now the last clay I'm gonna talk about is the Kaolin clay. Now this clay is a white clay, and I'm gonna post a picture of it so you can see how it looks like. This clay is a gentle cleanser. It exfoliates the scalp, and it also removes any impurities that are in your hair. Like I mentioned before, I have never personally tried it. The only time I've tried Kaolin clay is for my skin, but never for my hair. And this is a clay mask that I use. And this contains kaolin in it. It has kaolin in it as one of the main ingredients. And I love using this clay mask for my skin. It does a good job of removing oils and dead skin cells, and it leaves my skin feeling very clean and soft. I got this one at Walmart, and I've been using it for years, and it has kaolin in it, one of the clays. So a lot of these clays, you can use it for your skin, your hair. It has tons of benefits, not just for hair, but your skin also. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and share facts and some tips when you're using the clay. Now, number one fact is that when you're mixing these clays, do not use metal. Do not use a metal. Do not use a metal spoon or fork. Don't use a metal bowl. Always make sure it does not come in contact with any metal, because it will deactivate the clay and it will pretty much just be useless. It will not be able to do what it's meant to do, like as in like removing the impurities from your hair, removing toxins, and cleaning your hair. It will just be like just applying just mud to your hair with no benefits. So make sure it doesn't come in contact with any metal. You can use a wooden bowl or spoon, you can use a glass bowl or plastic. Those are fine. Now another thing too is that when you're mixing the clay, make sure you mix it so it's very smooth. You do not want any clumps in your mixture. And the reason why I'm saying that is if your mixture has clumps in it, it's gonna be hard for you to wash it out of your hair, one, and then it's also gonna clog your drain. You don't want that. So I'll advise when you're mixing it, mix it till it's very smooth. If it's too thick, just add more liquid, either water, apple cider vinegar, or aloe vera juice or gel, just to make the mixture a bit more lighter if you're having difficulty mixing it. So that is also very, very important. Another thing too is that when you are rinsing the clay from your hair, use warm water. Warm water is your best bet to remove all the clay from your hair. If you use cold water, in my personal experience, it's a bit harder to wash the clay out of my hair when I use cold water. It takes forever. So use warm water if you can, and make sure you are massaging your scalp thoroughly, because I usually, when I apply the clay to my hair, I get it on my scalp because I want it to exfoliate my scalp and remove any dirt from my scalp. So I make sure I apply the mixture to my scalp. So when I'm massaging my hair, I make sure I'm really massaging my scalp very well to remove all the clay. You don't want any clay left on your hair, and then when you're walking it's like flaking off. People are gonna think you have dandruff when you don't. It's clay. So wash it out really well. Another thing too is that what was that I was gonna say? Yes, after you're done washing your hair with the clay, you know I mentioned you're using warm water, so you want to make sure that you're closing the hair cuticle, you're closing the hair cuticle, because warm water or hot water will open the hair cuticle. Cold water will close the hair cuticle. So after you have washed the clay out thoroughly with warm water, make sure you follow that out with some cold water, just to make sure that you're closing the hair cuticle, so that when your hair dries, it will dry, your hair will be very shiny and smooth and soft, and it won't be brittle. Okay, I will also advise that to prevent your drain from getting clogged, after you're done washing your hair, make sure that you run the hot water for a bit, just to make sure that it dissolves any of the clay that might have gotten stuck in your drain. So if you do that, you will not have any issue with your drains getting clogged. So this is the facts and tips that I have about the clay. The clays that we talked about was the bentonite clay, the calcium and the sodium. We talked about Rhassoul clay and Kaolin clay. And these are the 3 clays that I have used, some for my skin and for my hair. And I have enjoyed using it. I haven't had any problems with it. If you have any questions or comments, don't hesitate to leave it in the comment section below, and I will do my best to answer all of your questions. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, hit the thumbs up button. If you have, if you want to see more of my videos, then click the subscribe button so that you'll be able to watch any new videos that I post. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.